can't believe Thanksgiving is this week. That also means Black Friday shopping, although many people already have their Black Friday deals going on. I thought we'd just do Anisha's favorite thing. I get asked about a lot of the appliances that I use, cookware that I use, sauces, seasonings, yada, yada, yada. So we're going to go through all of those, and I'm going to have links in the description of this video along with discount codes if I have any. And yeah, we're just going to get started. So I'm going to share my screen and we're just going to shop together and we'll see how this goes. I've never done this before, and I have a new laptop and I think all the things are set up, but we shall see. Okay. So the first thing I get asked about a lot, you guys see me, I hope so, is my coffee maker. So I have the Nespresso Virtuo Plus, and right now they have it on sale for $118, which that's a really good deal. It comes in several colors. I love this. The only problem with this machine is that you have to buy the pods that go with this machine. Um, and that can get expensive. So if you're not down to pay for the pods, I'll show you how much the pods cost. Usually, I think they're like $1-ish per pod. Okay, so $1.45 per coffee, which is still way less than if you're going to Starbucks, but still, that can kind of throw a kink in your chain, right? So, another really amazing way to make your coffee taste delicious is with a French press. And I just got this one from Yeti. Somebody gifted it to me. I don't think that these are on sale right now, but you could probably find one on sale. Just type in French press insulated and it'll pop up. The reason I say get the insulated is because it won't stay hot if you don't get an insulated one. But there's plenty on the market. French press is one of the best ways to make quality coffee. I love Illy when I'm making my French press coffee. It's really fine ground, a very strong, bold coffee. But that's what I would also recommend if you are in the market for a new coffee maker and you don't want to get the pods. Now, there's so many coffee makers on the market. We're not going to talk about all the coffee makers, but those are my top two. One day I would like one of the very fancy schmancy ones that like pressurize everything and make a cappuccino and whatever, but they're super expensive and I'm on a tight budget currently because we're trying to build this house. In case you didn't know, it's still not done. All right, so that's my coffee maker. I also get asked about my ice maker. I got my ice maker off of Amazon, so that's where I'm gonna show you because there's a lot of different ice makers on the market. It is on sale. It's 25% off, still very expensive, but I get asked all the time about this ice maker because it does make what we call Sonic ice. Technically it's called Nugget ice, but this is the exact same one that I have. And I've had it since I was pregnant with Bonnie. I think is when I first got it. So she's 2 years old, so almost 3 years. And it's got really good ratings. I absolutely love it. But like I said, this is a big ticket item. So, but I get asked about it a lot. What's next? Oh, the new air fryer that I've been using. I get a lot of people asking about air fryers. So I was gifted the Tasty air fryer. Right now, Tasty is offering $35 off, and then you also get a gift with purchase. You can see Kelly Hogan's on here talking about it. Bella's on here talking about it. I mean, they are all over the place. If you haven't seen an ad from Tasty, I don't know. You probably have. I do have an affiliate link with them, so this is an affiliate link just to be clear, but when they gifted it to me, okay, so the free gift is 1 year warranty extra. You get a fork and a knife set, which is really nice. I have one, and then an air fryer cookbook along with it. So those are the free gifts plus $35 off. They sent me one, but I probably would have bought one anyways because I love my Cuisine Art, the big one, and I'll show you that one too in a minute. but it just doesn't cook the same way as the drawer ones do. And the tasty one has a lot of bells and whistles for the price that it is. So it's $149 right now, which is 26% off. And what I love about it is it has a window so you could see inside of it, has a light, and then the big selling factor is that it has a temperature probe. And there's got to be a picture of that on here because that's literally like their big thing. Where? Yeah, okay. So here's the temperature probe. So you plug it in and then you stick the temperature probe into steak, chicken, whatever it is that you're cooking, and it will cook it perfectly the way that you like it. Medium rare, rare. I'm sure one of these videos down here, if you watch them, they go in depth about exactly what it does. I have to say, when I first started seeing the ads about this, I was very skeptical. And then one of my friends got one. Well, multiple friends, but one of my normal people, a normie got it, not an influencer. And I was like, so what do you think? And she loved it. And so I was like, okay, they can send me one and I'll see what I think about it. I use it more than my Cuisine Art now. And I paid for my Cuisine Art one. So that should tell you something. And it's so easy to clean, guys. I never put it in the dishwasher, but it is dishwasher safe, which is amazing. But I just put some dish soap in there, soak it, and then I wipe it out. That's it. That's all it takes. And I cook everything in there now. I cook my meatballs in there, my chicken bites in there, my chicken wings in there. I don't cook steak in there because I'm just a cast iron skillet girly. I need to put down cast iron skillet because we're going to talk about that too. And I just prefer my steaks cooked in a skillet. I just do. But if you're someone who doesn't like that, then I mean, the temperature probe for a medium rare steak would come in clutch. I just don't use it for that. But I am obsessed and it's super reasonably priced for as nice as it is. It's not huge. That's probably the only setback is if you have, if you're cooking for a whole lot of people, then maybe you wouldn't use it as much as I do, but I'm mostly just cooking for myself or cooking for one of the kids. Like we eat weird here. We're weird. But I absolutely love this thing. Can't say enough good things about it, honestly. Okay, what's next? Let's go ahead and talk about cast iron while I'm at it. So there's all kind of cast iron on the market. I would say Lodge is a great one because they're not super crazy expensive. They got some sort of discount. Anyways, the cast iron skillets that I use are hand-me-downs from my grandma. You can't put a price tag on those, but Lodge are good quality. Ken actually ordered me some fancy smashy ones and I still use my grandma's. Lodge is fine. If you're looking for some cast iron, that's a good one. Speaking of cookware, I get asked about my cookware all the time. I use Green Pan. Okay, so they are having a Black Friday discount. I'll have my exact ones linked in the description, but I use the ceramic and they come in the most beautiful colors. This is the color I have, the blush. I mean, these are gorgeous pans, all right? So right now they're 20% off for the whole set, and that comes with the small skillet, the big skillet, saucepans. I used every single piece of this set. I have not had any problems with it. They are dishwasher safe. They are non-toxic. So if you scroll down, it like breaks down. So it's PFAS free. And there's a lot of details that they have on this website about how, they're safe. They're not Teflon, they're ceramic, and they've been tested and approved. I absolutely love these, especially they're pretty in pink. And like I said, I've been using them for a long, long time. I've never had any problems. I do put them in the dishwasher. You probably better off not doing that, but I do. All right, what's next? Let's talk about my favorite cups. I know there's a lot of people who are over talking about cups, but I'm not going to talk about Stanley's. I'm actually going to talk about Corkle. So I love Corkle brand cups. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. So if you want to gift somebody something, they're doing 30% off right now. And look at this. How adorable is this little Christmas one now? They have all kinds of designs. I have the Disney one, so I have the Beauty and the Beast. I also have this one right here. Can you see that? It's like hydrangeas. It's very old lady, and I love it. And it keeps my iced coffee cold, and it keeps my hot coffee hot. And they're just really pretty, and they hold up so well. I got rid of a lot of cups when I was doing my purge, I don't know, a year or two ago. And I really tightened up because I had a bazillion coffee cups and I don't use that. I use maybe three different kinds. Like I use the short ones and the tall ones, and that's it. So all of the ones I have now are from Corkle because I just enjoy them so much. They also come with lids. So if you're traveling, that keeps it from spilling. And I almost never have the lid on mine, but I wanted to make sure I pointed that out. Speaking of cups, this video is sponsored by Element. What do I put in my cups? I put my electrolytes in my cup. So these are the raw unflavored. This is what I'm almost always drinking. Why is this not? I have a new camera. I told you guys that. And I've used these for years. I'm going to continue to use them because they work for me. These raw unflavored are not sweetened. There is no stevia. There is no sweetener at all. Nothing. It is just the electrolytes. That's why I love these, and that's why I've always used them. I do use the flavored from every now and then, especially during the holidays, because you can make a mocktail or a cocktail using the flavored ones. Another really cool thing about Element is they offer a money back guarantee. So if you order them and you don't like them, no questions asked, they're just going to give you your money back. You don't have to do anything. And with every purchase, if you go to my link, drinklmnt.com/Neisha, you can get a free sample pack. Looks like this, comes with all the different flavors, including the chocolate, which you can use to make hot chocolate with. And I've made it. It's actually really good. And all the other flavors, including the raw. So you can try that one too. Thanks again to Element for sponsoring today's video. What are we going to talk about now? What's next on my list? Food processor. Yes. Okay. So I have the Cuisinart food processor. Is this going to pull up the one I was looking at? Yeah, here we go. So there's lots of different food processors out there, and they're probably all created equal. This one is on sale right now. It's $50 off. I think this is the one I have. Not everybody needs a food processor, but as much as I cut up onions and I make pico and I make sofrito and I make all these things that require me to chop things up, I use this thing all the time. It's 100% worth my money. You can get a smaller one. This is 14 cups. That's a lot, but I use it to make things in bulk. So I actually do need the 14 cup one. And it's amazing. The blades are so sharp. You can shred cheese. You can chop up onions. You can make salsa. You can make all kinds of stuff. You can even make your own salad dressings and things like that. So I really, really enjoy my food processor, and I'm very, 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 very glad that I sucked it up and got one. I almost thought it was one of those utensils or appliances that would just sit up on my counter and take up space and I'd never use it. No, I use it all the time. You know what I don't use? My KitchenAid mixer. Ever. Unless Beckett wants to make butter, and that's literally the only time that I use that thing. It is just pretty. It just sits there. It's pointless. I need to get rid of it, but I can't. I'm emotionally attached to it. It was one of my first big cooking purchases, and I thought I was really going to do big things with that. And I didn't, but it is very pretty. Okay, let's talk about seasonings. So if you watched the video I posted last time about my chicken soup recipe, I don't think I used Pluck seasoning that time, but on the Instagram version, I did. And Pluck is a seasoning that I've been using now for, oh goodness, probably 2 years maybe. The really cool thing about Pluck is that not only do they taste good, but they have organ meat in them. So I love all of these different ones except for the spicy because I am a wussy. I don't like spicy things. But I love the garlic and I love the pure and I love the all-purpose. I do have a discount code, so that's going to be linked in the description of this video. So if you're ever looking for a discount code or a link, it's almost always under my videos. I try to put them there, even if I'm not talking about stuff, so they're just easy to find. So if you're like, does Neisha have a discount code to whatever? Go look there. And if I do, it will be there. So Pluck seasoning, amazing. And you're sneaking in some organs. Speaking of organs, there is a huge discount over on Ancestral Supplements. If you go to Dr. Barry's link, it's in the description. Black Friday sale, 20% off site-wide. So if you're someone who wants the benefits of eating liver or eating organs, but you don't like the taste, this is a really good brand. Grass-fed beef, everything is from, all the things, right? They have the female enhancement one, optimization. Like there's a supplement for everything. The main one that we use is the liver. So right now it's 20% off. That's really cool. And then if you subscribe, I guess you get a bigger discount. Anyways, I'll have that linked in the description as well. Says 3 more days. So if you want to cash in on this, I would go ahead and do it now and get your 20% off because they're not cheap. Equip. Right, they're having a big sale too. So I don't use protein powder a lot, but when I do, it's the Equip. I'm not sponsored. I do have an affiliate link with a discount code though. So Equip, sorry guys. Equip is amazing because their protein powder is not from whey. 30% off right now and 35% off if you subscribe. So they have a bunch of different stuff on here. The one I use is the Prime Protein. So it is beef isolate instead of whey. So it's more bioavailable protein. It's from grass-fed beef, and it is the best tasting chocolate ever. If you have a Ninja Creamy and you want to make ice cream, this is what you should be using because it's super delicious. The taste is unlike any chocolate protein on the market. I promise you, it tastes just like a Frosty from Wendy's. Amazing. And it's a very clean product. So if you're someone who wants to start using protein powder, this is the one. And 30% off. So if you want to try it, now's the time to try it. Again, link in description and a discount code will be there as well. What else? What else? So I get asked about wine, alcohol. So most of the time, if I'm drinking wine and that is that's my preferred alcohol, I'm bougie in that department, I will say. I drink Dry Farm wine and I have a subscription. And there's a link in the description for Dry Farm that gives you, when you buy, you get an extra bottle for a penny, which actually, that's a really good deal because their wines are not cheap. The reason I like Dry Farm is because it's sulfate free and all these things. They're lower in sugar, they're lower in alcohol, lower in sulfates. It doesn't give me a headache, where any other kind of wine gives me an incredibly awful headache. And I've been drinking Dry Farm wine for, I don't know, since we lived in Nashville, so 2020. I love it. I absolutely love it. I am spoiled to it. I will not drink any other wine. And listen, I'm not a wine connoisseur. I have no idea what I'm talking about when it comes to wine. I only know that I very much enjoy them. I do not get a headache, and they're very tasty. And it comes delivered to my door. I don't even have to leave the house. Just like once a month, I get a little package with Dry Farm wine. It's lovely. It's so good. So I have the sparkling collection. That's what I get because I prefer sparkling wine, but they have reds, whites, rosés, all different kinds of wines on there. So if you love wine, look into Dry Farm wine subscription. Ask for that for Christmas, maybe. All right, now we're going to get into the fun stuff. That was all very fun. All right, but we're going to talk about books now. So I have a Kindle. If you want a Kindle, today's the day because they're on sale. And if you know you're going to get one, go ahead and get one. I'm reading the new Housemaid book right now. Housemaid is Washing. This is included on Kindle Unlimited. So if you already have a Kindle and you don't have Kindle Unlimited, maybe ask for that for Christmas. So I have the Kindle Paperwhite, and I have a pop socket on mine and a bunch of stickers. And this is not the new version. I don't even remember when I got this one, but it was sometime last year probably. So they just came out with a bunch of new Kindles. So like, lucky you. I'm stuck with the old one. Doesn't matter. Works just fine for me. And you can also read Kindle on your iPad. I have an iPad mini that I sometimes, this also has stickers on it. And I love reading. And I know a lot of you do too. So if you are in the market for a Kindle, let me just show you what you were lucky enough to be able to purchase that I cannot justify. I can't justify buying a Kindle. All right, so the cheapest one right now that I saw that was like the best deal is this one right here. This is the Kindle Basic, I think. But look how pretty that is. Matcha is the color, and it comes with a cover for $116. That is really good. They have a black one too if you don't want the matcha, but the matcha is very pretty. The difference between this and the one that I have is this one isn't waterproof. So, I mean, I myself would get the waterproof one because I live with myself, but also children. But yeah, I would definitely but if you can get the basic, then you're going to save some money. So this is the basic, and it's $84. So huge, huge savings right now. And it also comes in the green matcha color. Very cute. And like I said, the main difference between this one and the Paperwhite is that this one isn't waterproof, and I think the storage may be less. And there's, if you scroll down, you can compare them all. But this is a really good deal. So think about that. And then here's what I'm really mad about. All right, so they just came out with a new Kindle Paperwhite, and it comes in pink. And it is a very pretty pink. Look at that. All right, so I love my Paperwhite. It lasts forever. Forever. This thing, I think I've charged it once, and I've had it for I don't even know how long. All right. Because sometimes I don't read on my Kindle. Sometimes I read on my phone. Sometimes I read a book, and sometimes I listen to Audible. But listen, you get 20% with a trade-in too, apparently. So if you have an old Kindle, then you're going to save even more money. I love my Kindle Paperwhite. Those are my favorite things. There's probably many other things I could talk about, but we have already been on here for too long probably, and I've got to edit this sucker. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, leave a thumb and a comment if you're going to get anything on here, or if you've tried these and you also love them. Leave a comment for other people to see that I'm not just the only person, that these things are really amazing. But we all have different tastes. So like if you hate it, that's okay too. I don't care. All right, guys. That's it for today's video. Happy shopping. Happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day with your family. If you're in the US, if you're not in the US, then it's just another day, I guess. But yeah, we are having barbecue for Thanksgiving. I'll try to show you some pictures over on Instagram, maybe post a short here on YouTube of what we're having for our Thanksgiving feast. I will see you in the next one. Love you, mean it.